Chosen one. What if I told you that everything you think is self-sabotage is actually self-protection? That procrastination that's been ruining your life? Protection. That relationship pattern where you push people away? Protection. That resistance you feel every time you're about to succeed? Protection. That voice in your head that says, don't trust them, or this won't work, or you're not ready. Protection. I know that sounds wrong. Everything you've been taught says your shadow is the enemy, the part of you that ruins good things, the saboteur you need to conquer, defeat, transcend. But what if that's the biggest lie you've ever been told about yourself? Here's the truth dark chosen ones eventually discover. Your shadow isn't trying to destroy you. It's trying to save you. From people who would hurt you, from situations that would drain you, from success that would come at the cost of your soul, from a life that looks good on the outside but would slowly kill you on the inside. Your shadow has been standing guard at the gates of your life, filtering what gets in, blocking what would harm you, even when you didn't understand why, even when you hated it for doing so. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 signs that what you've been calling self-sabotage is actually your shadow trying to protect you. And once you see it, everything changes, because you stop fighting yourself and start working with the most loyal ally you've ever had. Before we begin, if you're new here, this channel is for dark chosen ones only. Those who carry both light and shadow. Those who integrate rather than transcend. Those who are ready to discover that their shadow isn't the villain, it's the guardian they never knew they had. If that's you, subscribe now. And comment Shadow Guardian below if you're ready to see your shadow differently. Let's begin. Before I show you the 5 signs, we need to clear up the great misunderstanding about the shadow self. Because everything you're about to hear depends on you releasing the old story first. Here's what mainstream psychology and spirituality taught you. Your shadow is the bad part of you, the part that holds your darkest impulses, the part that needs to be controlled, managed, or eliminated. It's the reason you fail, the reason you can't have what you want, the reason relationships don't work out, the reason you keep getting in your own way. In this model, you and your shadow are at war, and you need to win. Conquer your shadow. Overcome your shadow. Defeat your shadow. Sound familiar? But here's what Carl Jung actually taught, the part most people leave out. The shadow isn't evil. It's simply everything you've rejected about yourself. And why did you reject those parts? Not because they were bad, because they weren't safe. As a child, you learned which parts of you were acceptable and which weren't. Your anger wasn't safe, so it went into shadow. Your power wasn't safe, so it went into shadow. Your intuition, your intensity, your authentic needs all deemed unsafe by the environment you grew up in. So you exiled them. But exile doesn't mean destruction. Those parts didn't die. They went underground and became your shadow. And from the shadows, they've been working to protect you ever since. Chosen one, think about this. If your shadow contains your exiled power, your rejected intuition, your suppressed knowing, then your shadow might actually be the most trustworthy part of you. The part that hasn't been corrupted by conditioning. The part that still knows what's real. The part that's been trying to protect you using the only tools it has. Resistance. Fear. Avoidance. What you've been calling sabotage. Let me show you how this actually works. Here are the 5 signs your shadow is protecting you. Sign number 1. You feel inexplicable resistance to something that looks good on paper. There's an opportunity in front of you. A job, a relationship, a move, a decision. Logically, it makes sense. Everyone tells you to take it. On paper, It's exactly what you wanted. But something in you says no. Not a clear no with reasons attached. An energetic no. A resistance you can't explain. A heaviness every time you think about saying yes. What do most people do? They override it. I'm just scared of success. I'm self-sabotaging again. I need to push through the resistance. And then they take the opportunity. And 6 months later, they're miserable. Because the resistance was right. Your shadow felt something your conscious mind couldn't see. Maybe the person wasn't trustworthy. Maybe the environment would have been toxic. Maybe the opportunity would have taken you further from your soul's path. Your shadow knew. And it tried to stop you the only way it could by creating resistance so strong you couldn't ignore it. Chosen one, not all resistance is fear. Sometimes resistance is wisdom. Your shadow protecting you from a path that would harm you, even though your mind couldn't see why. Sign number 1. Inexplicable resistance to something that looks right, but feels wrong. Sign number 2. You push people away right when they get close. This one is painful, because it looks so much like self-sabotage. Someone starts to care about you. Someone starts to see you. Someone starts to get past your walls. And something in you panics. You pick a fight. You withdraw. You find reasons to criticize them. You create distance however you can. Why do I always do this? You ask yourself. Why can't I let anyone in? What's wrong with me? But chosen one, what if nothing is wrong? What if your shadow is scanning everyone who gets close and rejecting the ones who would actually hurt you? Think about it. Your shadow has access to your deepest knowing. It feels what your conscious mind can't articulate. It senses energy that your rational brain dismisses. And when someone gets close, your shadow runs a full assessment. Is this person safe? Will they abandon like the others did? Will they betray the vulnerability being shown? Can they handle the full truth of who we are? And if the answer is no, your shadow pushes them away. Not to ruin your life, to protect it. The problem isn't that you push people away. The problem is you're not listening to why. Your shadow isn't sabotaging your relationships. It's curating them. It's filtering out those who would harm you so the right ones can eventually get through. Sign number 2, pushing people away when they get close. Sign number 3, you feel fear or dread right before something you wanted finally happens. You've been working towards something for months, maybe years, and right when it's about to manifest, terror, dread, the urge to run. Suddenly you're looking for exits. Suddenly you're not sure you want it anymore. Classic self-sabotage, right? That's what everyone would say. You're afraid of success. You don't think you deserve good things. You're getting in your own way again. But what if your shadow is asking a different question? Is this thing you wanted actually what your soul wants, or is it what your ego was conditioned to chase? Sometimes the fear before manifestation isn't fear of success. It's your shadow saying, wait, before this becomes your reality, are you sure? Because this will change everything, and not all of it will be what you expected. Your shadow has watched you chase things that depleted you. Achievements that brought success but no fulfillment. Goals that looked like victory but felt like prison. Dreams that were never really yours, just conditioning you mistook for desire. So right before manifestation, your shadow raises the alarm. Are you absolutely sure this is what we want? Not sabotage. One final check. One final opportunity to redirect before it's too late. Sign number 3. Fear or dread before something you wanted arrives. Sign number 4. You feel exhausted or get sick right when you need to perform. There's something important coming up. A presentation, a deadline, a commitment, an event you're expected to show up for. And suddenly, you're exhausted. Or you get sick. Or your body just shuts down. My body always betrays me at the worst times, you say. Why can't I just push through like everyone else? But chosen one, what if your body isn't betraying you? What if your shadow is using the only veto power it has, your physical body, to stop you from doing something that would harm you? Your shadow can't send you a text message. It can't sit you down for a logical conversation. It can't force your conscious mind to listen. But it can crash your body. And sometimes that's exactly what you need. Maybe the thing you're supposed to show up for would require you to be fake, to perform, to give energy you don't actually have, to say yes to something that's slowly killing you. Your shadow sees this, and it pulls the emergency brake, not to sabotage you, to save you from another situation where you abandon yourself to meet expectations. The exhaustion isn't weakness. It's your shadow saying, "You've been running on empty for too long. If you won't rest, I'll make you rest. If you won't set boundaries, I'll set them with your body." Sign number 4. Exhaustion or illness before you have to perform. Sign number 5. You keep forgetting to do something important. There's something you need to do. Reply to that email. Make that phone call. Follow up on that opportunity. Take that action that everyone says will change your life. But you keep forgetting. It slips your mind over and over. You write it on lists and then ignore the lists. You set reminders and then dismiss them. I'm so disorganized. I must not really want it. What is wrong with me? But chosen one, what if nothing is wrong? What if your shadow is deliberately hiding that task from your awareness because doing it would harm you? Your shadow controls more of your attention than you realize. It can make things invisible to your conscious mind. It can create selective amnesia around specific actions. It can sabotage your memory with surgical precision. And if there's something your shadow really doesn't want you to do, you'll forget about it. Over and over. Until either you finally listen or you override the protection and do it anyway. The question to ask isn't, why do I keep forgetting? It's, what does my shadow know about this task that my conscious mind refuses to see? Maybe that email would rekindle a connection that needs to stay dead. Maybe that opportunity would take you somewhere your soul doesn't want to go. Maybe that important action is only important to your ego's agenda and would actually derail your deeper path. Your shadow is filtering your attention, not randomly, strategically, protectively. Sign number 5. Repeatedly forgetting to do something everyone says is important. So now you see, your shadow isn't sabotaging you. It's been protecting you using the only tools it has. Resistance, fear, avoidance, physical symptoms, selective forgetting. But here's the thing. Protection that isn't conscious often creates problems. Your shadow might protect you from a harmful relationship, but also block you from a healthy one because it can't tell the difference yet. Your shadow might save you from soul-draining success, but also prevent you from aligned success because all success has felt dangerous. The goal isn't to override your shadow's protection. The goal is to partner with it, to bring the protection into consciousness so it becomes precise instead of blanket. Here's how. Step 1. Acknowledge the protection. The next time you notice resistance, fear before success, pushing someone away, exhaustion before performance, or forgetting something important, pause and say, "I see you, shadow. I know you're trying to protect me. Thank you." This shifts everything. You go from fighting your shadow to honoring it. Step 2. Ask the question. After acknowledgement, get curious. What are you protecting me from specifically? What do you sense that I'm not seeing? Then listen. Trust what comes. Your shadow will tell you in feelings, images, or sudden knowing exactly what the threat is. Step 3. Update the programming. Sometimes your shadow is protecting you from a real current threat. In that case, listen and act accordingly. But sometimes your shadow is protecting you from an old threat that no longer exists. If the protection is outdated, you can update it. Shadow, I understand you learned this protection when I was young and vulnerable, but I'm different now. I can handle things that used to overwhelm me. I'm updating our protection protocols. You can stand down from this particular defense. This isn't overriding your shadow. It's collaborating with it, helping it distinguish between past threats and present reality, evolving together. Chosen one. You've spent years thinking your shadow was against you, that it was the enemy within, the saboteur ruining your life, the part of you that needed to be conquered. But now you know the truth. Your shadow has been the most loyal guardian you've ever had, working in the darkness, thanklessly, often misunderstood, always protecting. Every time it created resistance, it was saying, "I sense danger you can't see yet." Every time it pushed someone away, it was saying, "This one would hurt you." Every time it crashed your body before performance, it was saying, "You're abandoning yourself again, and I won't let that happen." Every time it made you forget, it was saying, "This path leads somewhere you don't actually want to go." Not sabotage. Love. Fierce, protective, shadow love. So I want you to do something right now. Close your eyes if you can, and silently speak to your shadow. I see you. I've misunderstood you for years. I've called you names. I've tried to defeat you. I've blamed you for everything that went wrong. But now I understand. You've been protecting me this whole time. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for fighting you. I'm sorry for not listening. I'm sorry for treating my greatest ally like my worst enemy. From now on, we work together, not against each other. Together. Thank you for never giving up on me, even when I gave up on you. That's the beginning of true shadow integration. Chosen one. Not conquering your shadow. Not transcending your shadow. Partnering with it. Because when you stop fighting the guardian and start listening to its wisdom, everything changes. The resistance becomes guidance. The fear becomes intel. The sabotage becomes strategy. And you realize you were never alone. Never unprotected. Never without backup. Your shadow was there the whole time, waiting for you to finally see it for what it truly is. If this video changed how you see your shadow, like it now. If you want more content on shadow work for Dark Chosen Ones, subscribe and hit the bell. And comment Shadow Guardian below with which of the 5 signs you recognize most in your own life. I'll see you in the next video, Chosen One. And remember, your shadow isn't sabotaging you. It's been saving you all along.